What's a secret you'll never tell your spouse or so? One time I thought I locked my keys in the car. They were in my pocket. Yep. I figured out halfway through, and by then I decided to die with this secret. Sometimes I detached the ignition key off my huge keychain to make it easier, and I peeked through my car, saw the keychain, and didn't even check my pockets and just assumed I left all my keys in the locked car. Stupid. We had to walk 2 miles to her friend's job up a hill in super cold, windy as fuck conditions, in like flip-flops and definitely not suitable clothing, and then we got a super awkward drive to her house from her friend. Then we had to drive 30 minutes to my house, get my keys, go back, and give the other dude some gas money. It took us like 2 hours, and we were both exhausted and wanting to go home at the start of it, and then I had of course to drive back and drop her off and then get gas and then go home. Lol. One time I left my younger daughter, middle child, in a hot car and forgot she was there. My wife and my oldest daughter had gotten out and went into a theater where the oldest daughter had her dance recital. I parked the car about 100 feet away, and for some reason, maybe because my wife and daughter got out, my stupid brain just decided to go into kid-free mode. To say I panicked 10 minutes later when I remembered would be an understatement. I was mid-conversation with someone, and when I remembered her, I just turned and ran. No explanation. I sprinted to the car, but knowing it was only 10 minutes, I knew it would be okay. There she was. A little sweaty, but just sitting there and looking around. Smiled when she saw me. This memory haunts me. I frequently lose sleep or have to pull my mind off it. The thought of what would have happened and how easy it was to forget her will never leave me. Always double check for your kids, folks. Even if you think you're good or have a great memory. I cheated on my ex. She was abusive to me, insulted me, screamed at me, scratched me, hit me, threw shit at me, but I felt stuck. I reached out to a female friend of mine after an especially heavy argument where she threw an insulated bottle into my face, and she consoled me. One thing led to another, and we're intimate. After that I felt dirty, but it also opened my eyes. It felt like the ties that kept me with my abusive ex were cut. I was able to break up with her, and now found a girlfriend I wouldn't even think of cheating on. I also told that friend of mine about it and how I wouldn't want to have that happen again, to which she said she felt like I needed that to realize that there are others out there that'll give me the respect I deserve. She was right, and she's happy that I finally found home. I don't tell her all the messed up things that has happened to me in my life. How abusive my parents were. How, every single goddamn day I have to deal with my depression. I have coping skills and don't need meds anymore, luckily mine is manageable, and how it just makes me incredibly tired to have to deal with it. I don't want to burden her with it. She has also been through the ringer with her own parents. I pushed her and helped her to move away from all of that. Now she has her own business, and is extremely successful. She earns at least 5x more than I used to as an educator. I stopped working because she wanted me to take care of the children and be a stay-at-home dad. It hasn't stopped my fucked up mind to make me feel worthless and useless because I am not contributing financially to the household, even if my money would be nothing compared to hers. I don't want to burden her with these thoughts. She is actually successful and happy and thriving. I don't want her to feel guilty about it in some way. So, I learned to relax. I'm still tired and often down, but it's gotten better over the past 6 months. Sorry for the rambling. I'm 32. I met my GF when I was 30. I've never had a relationship before that. When I was 25, still having no luck with girls and never been shown interest from anyone before, I decided I'm just gonna take the leap and lose my virginity. I visited an escort. It's somewhat legal where I'm from, and it was honestly a pleasant experience. I've been visiting escort/prostitute/call girl, whatever you want to call it, ever since. I'd visit once like every few months. When I met my GF, we didn't immediately get together, but I was kinda attracted to her but thought I had no chance. So the first few months since meeting her, I was still seeing escorts. It wasn't until we kinda talked a bit more and suddenly clicked that I stopped. I felt a deeper connection than just attraction, but we still weren't anything more than friends, but I did feel for the first time that I actually had a chance. So I just stopped seeing escorts, and a bit later, we officially got together. I don't know if she would be accepting or disgusted by how much I've visited escorts before, but I don't plan on giving her the opportunity to think about it. Both of us have a past that we admit to but don't want to elaborate on. She mentioned one of her exes was abusive but don't really want to revisit them, so I don't pry. Similarly, when talking about sexual experience, I've told her I'm not inexperienced, but I also don't want to share more than that. I don't want to tell her that before her. All my sexual experience has been through payment. I was so convinced I'd never find a partner in life that it still feels surreal to me now that I have a GF, and I never want to lose her and go back to being hopeless. While I'm not exactly ashamed of it, I do feel this piece of my past has the potential to really jeopardize my relationship, and I'm not risking it. She's the best thing that's happened to me. My wife has to get up at 6 a.m. It's currently storming outside and my dog barks constantly when it storms. So here I am, in the living room, trying to keep the dog calm so my wife can get some sleep. I hope it stops soon. I just want my wife to get some sleep. Should I sleep on the couch or risk tiptoeing to bed once the storm clears? I love her so much. We have been together almost 15 years. I just found out she might have liver disease. I'm so scared. I just want her to be okay. Please God, let her be okay. She is such a sweet person. I'm sorry, I'm drinking alone. Trying to keep this dumb dog from barking. My baby girl needs her rest. Oh God, please let it be treatable. Why do I always have to be healthy? Everyone I love always dies. My parents had cancer, now this. I'm so tired of losing people. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to talk to a doc first. I don't remember what this comment was about, I'm sorry. The storm is clearing. Think I'll just sleep on the couch, I don't want to wake her. She is such a good person. Why does life let all the shitty people live and make all the good ones sick? Poor Taco, he doesn't understand what a storm is. Glad I could help him through it. Hug someone you love.